There's a smile. How are you, Grandma?
How old?
How old are you?
I'm 95.
95 younger?
95 years old.
All right. So today we're just going to ask you one simple question. We're going to ask you one simple question.
Okay.
If if today if today was your last day on Earth, what would you want your kids and your family members to know when you go on?
I would want them to live like I've lived. Everybody will love them and treat everybody right.
Anything you want to say to any of the grandkids?
I hope their children, their father and mother will take them to church like I took my children. Bring them up in the church and teach them what's right.
Mom, tell us about your dad, your mom and dad, and how you grew up, and what you did when you grew up.
My mother died when I was real young. Didn't know my mother, so my aunt took me as a baby and raised me a while.
And what was her name, Mom?
Her name was Addie Worry.
Okay.
She kept me a while. And then my dad took me to his sister, and she raised me. She kept me on. And when we got up older, we went to live with my grandfather, my daddy's father and mother.
What was your dad's name?
My dad was named Willie Shirley, and my mother was May Francis. But after she died, then he let us go stay with my grandfather, and they raised me and my brother Willie. And then after Willie got grown, he went in service.
What branch, Mom? You remember what branch?
I don't know. He was in the army, all I know. And he was in there for a while. When he came out, he went to live with my uncle. And he lived there until he got married. And I was still with my grandfather. Then I went to Crawford School, elementary school. Then I went from there to Finley High in Chester. And I graduated from Finley High. And then after that, I just come home and I started working.
And you worked in the school system.
I worked 36 years in school system, Rock Hill District school system. And then after I retired from there, I just did housework for different people.
And you was the lunchroom manager at the school system?
Yeah, I was the lunchroom manager at the school system.
What was it like raising 10 kids? What was it? What was it like to raise 10 kids?
Well, I worked and kept them all together and fed them all. That's all I know. Had to feed them.
And
I kept them all together.
you did all by yourself?
Yeah, 'cause my husband and me, we didn't get along. We separated. And I raised them all by myself. I always kept them together.
So you would say that the strength of your life is your worship in your church. Tell us
Yeah.
about the church. Tell us about the history of the church.
Oh, the church. I was involved, really involved in church. I was Sunday school teacher. I was on the missionary board. Several boards in the church I was on until I got disabled to stand. I always felt that you should stand before your audience. And when I got so I couldn't stand, I gave it up. I gave it to another girl. And I worked in church all my life.
So the name of the church is Cedar
Cedar
Grove.
Grove, AME Zion Church.
Mm-hmm.
I worked there.
And when the church.
And I'm still on, they still got my name on there for steward board.
So when you first went to the church, was it a nice brick church with running water like it is now?
It wasn't then.
So how was it back then?
It was just a little country church. They had outdoor.
Plumbing.
Well, it wasn't no plumbing, but that's where you had to go outside.
Yeah, just pause.
Yeah, let's pause for a second. Continue on for the church.
The church was a brick church down in the country at Smith, South Carolina. And then they changed pastors every so many years. And then they built the church up. They bricked it, and now they have running water. They have lights and all that now. It's kind of up to date church. And we have about, I say approximately 200 members. Everybody work together. That's about it.
All right. And one more last question. Just tell us how much you're gonna love the family. Tell us how much you're gonna love the family when you go on.
How much I said?
How much do you love this family?
I love all my family. All my family. I love them. Yes, from the oldest to the youngest, I love them. And I do what I can for them. Now I can't do much because I'm sick.
Well then, Miss Annie Miner, we love you, and we're definitely gonna miss you when you go on.
Oh no, y'all. Well, you might miss me. Miss me now for cooking.
That's good, Caleb.